What up guys, Coach Murph here. We quickly want to talk about how to build one of these wrist rollers at home in under 10 minutes for about 10 bucks. This is a movement, you know, the wrist roller is just one name for it, but this is a piece of equipment and a movement that will greatly increase your grip, your forearm, and your wrist strength, which is all very, very important when performing on the field. We just quickly talked about or showed you what tools and materials you're going to need to build this thing. It's very simple. Most people have these tools laying around the house, and if you don't, shoot us an email, ask us, what else you can use. But most people have this stuff laying around the house. But the first thing you guys want to do, so take your piece of PVC. In our case, we used an 1.5 inch thick piece of PVC pipe. We bought a 5-foot piece, cost us about $4. And this is what we use. I like this. It's a little bit thicker. It's harder to hold on to. It's like anytime you're in a gym and working with a thick barbell, it's a lot harder to move, a lot harder to keep your grip. So we like using this guy. The other option is to use an 1-inch thick one, which is much closer to the diameter of a lacrosse shaft. So either one doesn't matter. You can get both like we have, or you can get one or the other. If you get one, I recommend the thicker one. But first thing you want to do, guys, take your tape measure. Measure it out to 2 feet, make a mark, take your handsaw, and cut that piece. Okay, so now you got a 2-foot piece of PVC. So this is a little bit longer than that, but we'll use it as a demonstration. Take your 2-foot piece of PVC. Next thing you're going to do, measure to right in the middle. That'll be a foot from one end. Make a mark. Okay, hang this thing just off the table so you're supported on one side, but there's nothing underneath the PVC on this side. Take your drill. And you're drilling straight through from the top through the bottom. Make sure it's even. In our case, we used a 3/16 inch drill bit because we use sidewall string, so it's a little bit thicker than nylon, but this gave us enough wiggle room to weave that string through easily. Make this easier on yourself. Drill the hole a little bit bigger than the string is just to make sure it's nice and easy to get through. But once you're done with that, guys, you're going to drill the hole through, right? So now you got a 2-foot piece with a hole right through the center of the top and the center of the bottom, okay? So that's where you are right now. Next thing you want to do, get your string, whether you're using sidewall string, nylon, it doesn't matter. Get your string. We'd recommend about a 4-foot piece of string. This, of course, depends on how tall you are. When I put my arm straight out, if I measure from my arm to the ground or my hand to the ground, it's about 5 feet. So I took a foot less. If you're 4 feet off the ground, go 3 feet. If you're 3 feet, go 2 feet. But make sure when it's hanging from your arm, from straight down from your arm, it's not sitting on the ground. You want it a little bit off, okay? So we cut a 4-foot piece. We burned both ends so it doesn't fray. We all know that from stringing. And then what we did, we took one end of it and we tied it onto this little piece of eye holes here. So we have 2 eye holes on each side. One's closed, the other one's slightly open. If you can find one with a closed end and an open end, get that. If not, we had to buy one with 2 closed ends and pry the open side open, basically. And that's what we use the pliers for. So, this cost us about 40 cents. Very, very cheap. But try to find one with an open end already so you don't have to pry it open, but if not, that's your only option. Tie a good knot on that end. I know you guys know how to do this from stringing, so good knot on that end. And the last thing you got to do, guys, loop this thing through or string it through both holes on each end. Okay, so now you got a string sticking up. Tie it with as little slack on each or after the knot as possible. You want to put a knot in here. Again, I know you guys know how to string these knots from string and stick, so tie a good knot up in there and pull it tight, okay? And now you're done. That's it. Again, it'll take you under 10 minutes, but now you're done. And what we do here, the idea is to hold this thing out in front of you so your arms are parallel to the ground. And you want to slowly roll this thing up until it's all the way looped around that PVC, all the way up, and then you're going to reverse and go all the way back down. This side, the goal with this hook here You're going to loop it through whatever weight you're using, and then latch it onto the string on top of it, and the weight will pull the string down and lock it in. So it's very, very simple. Under 10 bucks, it'll take you under 10 minutes, and this will last you forever and build a lot of strength in your grip, and your wrists and your forearms. Any questions, let us know. Hit us up, email Sean, S-E-A-N at boostlacrosse.com. Direct message us on Instagram, Facebook, whatever is easiest for you. But thanks for watching. Keep up the work, guys. And remember, we're always improving. We can always get better on the field. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.